Who's taking the UFC Tampa main event? Will it be Colby Covington or Joaquin Buckley? See who fighters are picking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
Buck all day. Yeah, I think Joaquin Buckley is an incredible athlete, tremendous power, very, very hungry. And that is the most important part in this matchup between Colby and Joaquin is Buckley is way more hungry than Colby Covington. I can tell you that much. Like, Buckley is chomping at the bit to fight anybody and everybody. And I think that Colby, I just don't know. I have a feeling, I haven't heard anything, but I have a feeling that the UFC was like, you have to take this fight. Like, at some point, you got to step up. I know you kind of got to sweeten the pot with Colby to get him into the octagon and get him competing, but it's gotten to the point where it's like you fought for the title 3 times. You don't get an extra, you don't get the extra flavor to your dish for taking a fight. Like, it's like you have to just start fighting if you want to get to a title. You can't have any guarantees as to, like, oh, if you're fighting this guy, you win, you get this. Like, no, you just got to start fighting guys and rattle off some wins if you want to get yourself back in title contention. And he drew Joaquin Buckley, and I think Buckley gets the job done. I think that he's going to be very, very hard to take down. I think he's a powerhouse at 170 pounds, and I think that he's the dark horse in terms of up-and-coming contenders at welterweight.
Yeah, Buckley's proven to be, like a very explosive, dynamic striker. Colby's a grinder. He always has tough matchups and makes great fighters, struggle. Colby has a hard style to match up against. Buckley's been on a tear. Man, a lot of great welterweight matchups. Actually, with those 2 matchups, it's almost like a little mini tournament to see who the next contender is going to be, or maybe an interim belt, depending on how long Bilal is out. So great to see a lot of mix up in the welterweight. Yeah, Buckley's been explosive, dynamic, and he has like that mojo behind him right now. So I would lean towards Buckley on that one.
Man, it's an exciting fight, and I was really surprised with how many people reached out to me after, and they were actually more excited about the Colby Covington fight, which I thought, Ian Gary's on the rise, but Colby's a former title challenger. I think he's a several-time title challenger.
3 times, I think.
Yeah, 3 times. So that's exciting. With that being said, though, man, I think Joaquin Buckley's on quite the run right now, and his last few fights, I think have looked a little bit better than Colby's last few fights. So I think Buckley's got a bit of an advantage in this one, but Colby's always dangerous. So I think it's gonna be a really good fight. If I, gun to my head, I would have to say Buckley. But in all honesty, I'm focused on my fight, and whatever they do after, I hope it's exciting, but I hope it's not more exciting than my fight because I don't want them to steal the bonus from me.
Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. I'm gonna go with Buckley. I'm gonna go with Buckley. I'm gonna. This is what he did to one. I feel like it's gonna catch him. But he better have that gas tank. So that's the only thing that Buckley needs to have is have your gas tank going to this fight.
I hope Buckley wins that one.
Does he win, though, do you think?
I think he does. I think he's more active, and Colby hasn't really been doing too much, so I think Buckley wins that one.
I think Buckley.
Buckley's good, man. Buckley's good. I want to run with Buckley one of these days. He's good. When's the last time Colby won? He's just been on a cold streak, man.
Yeah, I think it was Masvidal, which was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, if he get his wrestling game going, he just looked kind of weird in that last fight against Leon. Was that the fight?
Yeah, that was the last fight almost a year ago.
Yeah, he wasn't pressing. He wasn't even wrestling. So if he could wrestle and be old Colby, he can win. If he's fought, kind of rigid and not aggressive, then Buckley for sure.
What do you think's more likely?
I want to say Colby could get back to his winning ways,
man. I think, me and Buckley are managed under the same company.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, a little bit of conflict of interest here.
Sucker Punch. I like Buckley, brother. And then, Colby, he's with MMA Masters. Just like, I'm not even gonna talk on it, man. I just hope it's a good ass fight for the fans.